Hey guys, Dirk here from Chesty Trains. Just was a little layout update. As I mentioned before, I want to store trains that are 4 meters long on a layout that's 6 meters long, so switches are not an object. I kind of wanted to have 10 trains maybe on the layout as far as, for 4 meter length. So, like you maybe seen in the hopper train video of the new Vectron. 21 hopper cars get quite long. The IC4 that's on the layout right now, from Pico full scale length, is almost 4 meters long, just under that. So I set my goal to have a 4 meter long storage area for my trains. And on a 6 meter layout, that's almost impossible, like unless you do it in a spiral or something like that. But of course, to store multiple trains would be very hard. I looked at another option. There's like the train elevator that you can buy at a length of 4 meter. Unbelievable cost, unbelievable price. I much rather invest that money into rolling stock and track and everything else on my layout. There's another option of a circular elevator system made in Germany from, I forgot the name. I might put it as a link in there. You can go and look at it. He builds elevators. They become a display case at the same time. Trains run in and out. You can do it all digital. It's all great, but I don't want to spend my retirement on that system. So I came up with the idea, hey, you know what? They make a transfer table for locomotives. Maybe I can build a transfer table for complete consists. So I'm just going to go around the layout. I'll take you guys with me here. I'm just going to reset the camera and then I'll show you what I built. So here we go, guys. This is my transfer table. I'll show you in a second. It is over the whole length. It's 4 meters from this end to that end. I bought some linear guides off eBay, really, really cheap. 2 of these linear guides, 1 meter long, rated for about 1,000 pounds in the set is $55 Canadian. So I put 4 of these in there. I have 1 sheet of MDF board, 3/4 inches thick, $77. The frame underneath, I'm not going to count because you could build this out of 2x4s. You could build this out of anything. I built it out of aluminum profiles just because I have a machine shop and I work in the machine shop and we have this 2-hour disposal at relatively low cost. I put aluminum legs on that are adjustable. So I leveled this all, and now my trains will come around from here onto this track here where my IC is. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 tracks on this table I can comfortably put on. They are spaced at 40 millimeters, so 1.5 inches apart. That leaves enough room for the trains in between so they don't touch, but also it gives or prohibits them from falling over. Maybe one train will knock against the other one. If they were bumped or something like that, if they would derail, maybe it would hit each other. I got to take that chance just to save room and to get as many trains on there as possible. On the edges, of course, on both sides, I will put a guardrail either out of Lexan or out of aluminum so the trains can't fall over. I might even put some padding on, like a strip of, from furniture or something, like a felt or something, so that the trains could fall against it but not get scratched. And now this whole table I can literally take with 2 fingers and move along. And now I can line up the very last track and my IC can run on. I can move over to the next one while that one is occupied. I can move over to the next one. It can go back on. And of course, it goes over the whole length. And I'll show you in a second. But basically what this does for me is it saves a tremendous amount of space. I got a ton of trains. I got a ton of long trains. I got the IC4 in 2 variations. actually in 3 variations, but one is only 7-parted. I got the IC one from Fleischmann in 2 variations. I got the IC one from Roco. It's 12 cars, 14 units long, in the area 6. I got the ICs from Pico, the IC3s, which are 7 cars long, so 2 behind each other. 14 cars will fit on you. So I could run them in a consist of 2. Um, I can store this long hopper train on here comfortably without having to take hopper cars off. I can leave both locomotives on. Now I can put power feeds onto each track 2 times maybe in this length. I just have to run 1 cable to the main loop, so I can just let it hang maybe underneath. I'm playing right now because these tracks are rated for 1,000 pounds in a set of 2, so I could literally put 2,000 pounds on these casters before they would create like a really high resistance rolling. I'm playing right now with the idea of maybe making this 2 levels, and so I'd be able to store 24 trains at 4 meters long, or numerous more trains at a shorter length, 2 meter long trains, or 1.8 meter long trains. I could store like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 Triebwagen trains, like regional trains on one track. And I will have to put in some sort of hand crank going over to the other side. Maybe I even automated with a little servo motor and one of those little programmable things where you can buy them dirt cheap. I forgot what they called. But I could do something like that. I just press a button and it goes to position 1, position 2, position 3. Um, and this whole thing has so little resistance rolling. Like I can push this with 1 finger effortless, and it even rolls out a little bit. And I can still adjust the rollers or the bearings a little bit, the linear guides, for easier rolling, because right now I don't know how perfectly they are aligned. I just put this all on, and I'm so happy that it worked out so far this great. I used MDF board because I guess the warpage of it is a lot less than you could get potentially in regular wood or in plywood or in birch plywood. Once I put an edge on both sides and glue it on, screw it on, there's even less chance of it warping ever. These connections or crossover tracks here, I'll use the re-railer tracks. I'll cut those in half. I put them on both sides. Of course, I'm going to put cork on here as an underlay to make this quiet, to make this really nice and quiet when the trains go on there. Or maybe I even put some foam or something on there. I don't know yet. Um, but it's just, I had to share this. I think this is you could build this 2 feet or 2 meters long. You could build this 3 meter long. You could build this any sort of length, probably even 5 or 6 or 7 meters long, and still move it this easily because it's running on linear guides. And linear guides in the machining world, in the industrial world, are normally super expensive. These ones are a chromed top rail with an aluminum housing with real ball bearings in there. Yes, they are not the tightest tolerance, but for this, they are more than sufficient and way beyond of what I actually needed. But at the cost of $55 for 2 rails and 4 bearings, there's no way I can get a more cost effective, sturdier solution for this transfer table, and it's just phenomenal. And I can't wait to have to try this, to have this cork on the end. This will be all next week. I'll have to organize a lot of cork, and I have to put something there and something there, and I have to connect my loop here just so I can do test runs. And I can't wait, guys. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so crazy about this that I want to show people that this works. That I think this is a great space saving solution for a storage yard for your trains underneath your layout. And anybody who's building a new layout and is restricted in the room, like this right now here is 12 tracks. So respectively, it'll save me 11 switches on each side, which 11 switches times, let it be a cheap Atlas switch, $30 a piece, with $330 into it. Right now, the wood and the linear bearings more than $330. So plus, the amount of space I would need to put 11 switches on each end, again, is like huge. I would need a 10-meter layout instead of a 6-meter layout. So I'm really excited about this. Had to share this with you guys because I think it's just fantastic. So I'm going to take a couple of shots of how it's lengthwise and how it moves, just with the phone in my hand or with the camera in my hand. And so you get an idea of what this looks like and how long this actually is, because it is really long. 4 meters is a lot of train. So let me grab the camera and I will show you. Okay guys, so I snuck behind the layout here with the camera now, and there you can see, so I mean, these are not screwed down, they just loosely laid on. They used tracks. You can see they're like some broken out and crooked and whatnot. They are just laying loosely on here, and you can see here where basically one day the transition will be between the different tracks, right? And I can fill in this gap a little bit, because really all that has to come close is this little section here in front of that locomotive. And now you can kind of see the lengths of this. So this is how long it is. This is 4 meters. And I can just move this really easily by hand. And I put the C-clamp on there just so that I don't pull it off the track, but it will come all the way out, so I can actually come past the last track there. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, so I can move this quite far in and out in order to, you know, convey the trains around. And I can't wait to actually try this out and have this ready to go. But of course, there will be a little bit of time passing. So then I wanted to show you guys. So these are the linear guides underneath here. And these are the little bearing blocks that come with the linear guides. This is a rail. I used another board underneath to fill in the height. And this here is my transfer table. So yeah, so it really, it goes so easily back and forth. I mean, you know, like this guy here, this foot here adjustable and stuff like that, this aluminum frame. It doesn't have to be. I just did it because, like I said, I work in a machine shop. These are leftover profiles from another job we did, and so I could use these, and that's exactly what I did. And then also what I want to do is on the very outside here, on this edge, I will likely put a switch somewhere in here in the last track here, so come out with a little adapter on the side here, so that I can attach maybe like those train safe tubes or whatever they call. If I want to put some trains into those train safe tubes, then I can just flange it on here, and I can actually run the train out of the tube onto the transfer table and onto the layout, so that I don't have to make a connection somewhere else. And this will only come out as far as the layout, or just slightly further. And basically, yeah, will allow me to store 12 trains on this level. If I decide to put a second level on top of this one, I can just attach it to the outside and come up, you know, whatever, 15 centimeters or something like that, and basically put a second level on. But that's what it looks like. Okay, that's really all from me. Yeah, so that's really what I wanted to show you guys. I'm so happy. I'm probably going to be pushing this back and forth a couple more times here tonight. I'm going to have to try to organize some underlay tomorrow to put on this. I want to put the track on. I want to get this all ready to go. And if I can achieve that, then that would be fantastic, because coming the new year, work starts right away again, and it's going to be busy. So I don't know what I can get done in the new year right away, but I would love to have this done for the new year, before we ring in the new year even. and have this connected to my loop on each end so I can run some trains across this. That would be so awesome. I'm so excited. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. That's it for tonight, and I'll post this video tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Actually, Sunday isn't far away. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night. So I'll try to have this video out for tomorrow so you all can watch it. And I'll see you all in the next video and give you a little update, hopefully, with this being in service, power to the rails, and having a connection to that loop that's laying here right now just to play. So stay tuned. See you guys.